The tail extension can braid in anywhere up or down the top side of the tailbone. Here's the bottom of the tailbone right here. You'll adjust the extension up or down the tail extension or the tailbone so the bottom of the extension lies where you want it against the fetlock or the cannon bone. Once you've decided where you're going to braid in your extension, you're going to section out a portion of tail hair about the size of a pencil and make a long, tight braid. You'll double rubber band it off. This braid can stay in for the weekend, so you'll always know where the extension is going to braid in. Once you've made your long, tight braid, you're going to go through the loops like that, around and through again, almost like you're tying a simple knot. And then you're going to just work the loops up your braid so it's real snug and tight against the tailbone. Then you'll take a little bit of side tail hair from your horse's tailbone and you'll braid that in to your existing braid. Braid nice and tight, and when you braid, keep kind of hiking up so the loop stays snug against the tailbone. If you're doing this the first time, it's helpful to have someone take this hair and hold it up and out of the way so you can see what you're doing. Braid down a couple of inches, and then take a couple of banding rubber bands and band off your braid. For the horse shows, I always use 2 rubber bands. I figure that's cheap insurance. That way if one breaks, you've got the other one as backup. And also for the horse shows, you would use a color coordinating rubber band. So you've got your main braid done, and that's holding the tail extension in place. But now we're going to do stabilizer braids, which will lock it against the tailbone, so everywhere the tailbone goes, the tail extension has to follow. Stabilizer braids are just a little bit of tail extension hair to a little bit of your horse's side tail hair and braid those two together. Normally I do 2 portions of horsetail hair to 1 portion of tail extension hair, but it doesn't really matter. And again, braid nice and tight. If you have a loose, casual braid, your tail extension can slide, and then you run the risk of losing it or getting it stepped on. So again, braid down a couple of inches. For the shows, you would double rubber band off. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. A little bit of tail extension hair and a little bit of the horse's side tail hair. Braid those together, nice and tight. And again, for the horse shows, I would use 2 rubber bands in a color coordinating band color. So you'll end up with 3 sets of braids. You've got your main braid, which incorporated the braid that you made and ran through the loops, and you have your 2 stabilizer braids. To hide all of your little ponytails, you'll simply split the tail extension in half like that, pull your front braid through to the back side, grab your 2 side braids, and rubber band everything together. That way, those little ponytails are tucked away and hidden behind the tail extension. Just like that. Then this hair comes over and there you go.